What's up, guys? Good evening, T. How's it going, buddy?
It's going, brother. How's it going?
Oh, splendiferous. Sax, man, what's up, buddy?
Oh, just hanging out.
And guess who we got on here again tonight? Palmetto. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So, as y'all can see, it's open mic. So, we're just gonna go way off in the weeds tonight. Anything goes. That's what we're just gonna roll with it. Doesn't matter, not really. So that's what we'll do. So, before we get started, I gotta mention it because Tuesday's a big day, y'all. It's coming. It's coming. We got what, 4 more days? Right? And this is gonna lead into something else. So 4 more days, we've got elections. If you have not voted, go and vote. I actually had a talk with somebody yesterday, matter of fact, and we agreed that this election is more important than the presidential election. Why do I say that? Because the Senate and the House controls the country. They control the president. That's the way it works. So it's way more important. So get out and vote. Get out and vote. Make sure you do that. All right. With all that being said, let's talk about the election and what our commander in chief had to say about it. Yeah, you're right, Jay. All of them are important, but this sets the pace for what needs to happen. Anyway, T, I'm gonna let you hit on this a little bit on this topic of our commander in chief, what he had to say about the election, how we are threatened our democracy.
Yeah. Sir stumbles a lot. He had a lot to say, a lot of nonsense. A couple different things he hit on. The democracy is in danger with this election. Of course, there was warnings of violence prior to this election. It's the same old thing, but he conveniently missed any important subjects. Not really anything new, just the same old talking points that he always uses. And it's just funny that everything is the end of the world when it comes to them being about to be held accountable possibly in the polls. Now all of a sudden you've got to start claiming there's possible violence going to occur, or the democracy's being threatened. You would think we're on the verge of the North Koreans invading the way he's trying to make it sound. I mean, it's crazy. And it's all because of the election, and they're worried, So he's trying, I guess, to scare people to vote blue.
Well, I've seen a little bit of information on that, and they were talking about the violence and all. They're ramping up security at D.C. and everything, and it's in light of this new attack on Mr. Pelosi. That the right side, because that's the direction they're trying to push it. Right, is that it was at fault by right wing motivation. So they kind of roll all that into one thing, right? So they're prepping for violence. But what I read is it didn't necessarily say from the right. I mean, it said they're just prepping for the chance of well, what it seemed like to me is more they're saying the leftists is going to have a problem, which I'm sure they will, which will be no different. I mean, they burnt the church down before elections was happening, so I mean, whatever.
I'm sitting here looking at Fox News, and this is for YouTube. It's an article on Fox News, and it's directly in relation to, Sir Stumbles a lot in his speech. They say, the conservatives, of course, ridiculed his speech Wednesday and called, despicable speech, more or less. During his address, before the balance of power will be decided in D.C., Biden pleaded with the Americans to vote against Republicans, accusing them of being election deniers, MAGA extremists who encourage political violence, and promoted former Donald Trump's big lie about the 2020 election. Now, I'm not saying this. Fox News is. So don't say we're spreading any bullshit. It's on their website. And it says, rather than focusing on main issues voters are most concerned about, namely rampant inflation and economic woes, which we all are experiencing, his speech pointed the finger at political opponents and his assault, like you said, Vanguard, against Paul, in his escapade the other night, decrying violence and misinformation supposedly fostered by extremist Republicans. Now, let me point something out. Whatever this dude is that was hanging at the Pelosi's house and the police got called on, he's not a MAGA guy. He's not a Republican. From what I understand, at some point, this clown was, I don't know if it was Berkeley or not, but that would make sense, living in a damn storage unit selling bracelets to make money. Okay? This doesn't sound like any Republican or extremist I've ever met, because number one, we're all gainfully employed. Every Republican I know is, at least. It's just, and this guy just seems like he seems like a perfect denizen for San Francisco. He's probably one of the guys that's like the mayor of one of the tent cities or something. So I don't know. And it's just they're trying to make this guy out like he was influenced by the Republicans or the big lie. Well, I don't think this guy everything about him screams, I'm a fucktard. So I don't see how he's
like he was at the right house.
Well, he's definitely not somebody that's tuned into Fox and Newsmax every day. This guy's a straight up CNN.
Mother Jones.
Yeah, nah. Yeah. This guy's got like a Don Lemon fan club T-shirt somewhere. This guy's not. There's no way he's getting his information from our people. Not happening.
Unless maybe it was like a Jussie Smollett thing. Maybe Mr. Pelosi was asking them on tactics or something. I don't know. He came into my house with a hammer, and they said it was MAGA country.
Okay, but does anybody know, and forgive me for not having done my homework, but did this guy force his way into this house? Okay, so
it depends on your source. Yeah.
Okay, well, without going down that rabbit hole, which I do not want to go down, if he didn't force his way into the house, or let's don't even go to that. Let's don't even do that. Let's say, okay, first, how did he enter the house? Okay, was he let in? Because the body cam footage is available. So when the popo got there, if there was forced entry, you would see it, right? Or there'd be comment about it on the body cam footage. And, while I get the guy may have had a hammer and went after Paul, I truly believe that there's much more to this story than we know.
So I got a 4 hour ago update here. So this is saying immigration officials say that the Pelosi attacker was in the U.S. illegally.
Really? He was a northern Mexican.
This is on CNN. This is on CNN now. And I'm reading this directly from CNN. Immigration officials.
Wait, not to cut you off, but isn't San Francisco a sanctuary city?
Yes.
So that's irrelevant. That's like the whole city of San Francisco is like the Mexican consulate. So what difference does it make? That's a moot point, right?
He's not Mexican. Hold on, I'm trying to.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Well, that explained the hammer.
He ain't got a hammer here, A little Bush Light and Molson and a Hammer coming over to play.
Well, here's the thing. He's been here apparently since March 8th, 2008.
7 bracelets living in a storage unit. I bet his parents are proud. You think Trudeau would take him back? Maybe put him in his cabinet or something?
Eating squeaky cheese down by the river.
Just saying. I just don't. Okay, if he's here illegally and he's Canadian, that's like an oxymoron. I mean, when you think of Canadians, you don't think of them sneaking into the United States and hanging here indefinitely. I mean,
this is true. They just usually come down for medical care and then go back up.
yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, when you think of an illegal immigrant, does a Canuck jump into your? Is that the first person you think about? Not me. It's. And what does that have to do with the prostitute in China? What difference does it make if he's illegal? Is that because if CNN reports that, then doesn't that kind of fly in the face of the whole immigration crisis?
Exactly.
So you can't have the cake and eat it too.
I mean, that report came from ICE itself. So,
Well, if it was up to them, ICE would only have 3 employees for the whole country. So I guess now they'll free up money to build a wall on the northern border, right?
It's an ice wall. Yes.
There you go. Be like Game of Thrones all over again.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, you can't make up this lunacy. I didn't realize he was illegal. That just makes it more funny and makes it more circumspect. And Palmetto, you're being awfully quiet. I know you want to say something.
No, sir. Just listening. I think it's all damn set up. I mean, not that Paul Pelosi didn't need a good ass kicking. I'm not negating that, but timing is too coincidental for me.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. looks like Hillbilly's gonna hit us with a topic change.
I mean, right when the Republicans are just, crushing Democrats. Oh, got to do something. Smoke and mirrors.
Well, you're right. You're exactly right. Sorry, Paul, but I didn't mean to talk over you. But
yeah,
you're
let's put the focus somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the way it always is. Whenever it gets hot in the kitchen, let's start a fire somewhere else, get everybody directed there.
Bam.
So
what kills me is the fact that you can go down a list of Republicans and Republican candidates that have been attacked and or have had threats recently. Kavanaugh, Rand Paul.
Yeah.
Let's see. The guys that got shot up at the softball game, all Republican by Democrats. But you have very few. You don't have media outlets talking about that, how that was cheered on by the Democrats. And, you have very few people up there right now that are saying, hey, guys, y'all were just laughing your asses off when this was happening to us.
It's such a double standard. I mean, it's unbelievable. I could go back years. I mean, you go back way before the summer of love. I mean, if you're a Democrat, if you're a libtard, woke, dumb, fucktard, just anything goes. Black, white, doesn't matter. And you know me, I'm an equal opportunity offender. I don't give a shit if you're white, black. I'm going to call you out on it. But Antifa, if you're part of that agenda, free pass.
Yep.
If you love God and your country and your family and you're Christian, I mean, there's a target on your back.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I'm not backing.
You faded out on us.
So, I mean, you, Mama D's good at raising my blood pressure too.
Well, I'm sitting there looking at Hillbilly and his comment about the Russians and China and North Korea all flexing. I think the one thing I've heard, and it kind of hinges on all this, but it's not directly the whole flexing of muscles. We'll get into that in a second. But have any of you heard where China's paying all this money for foreign fighter pilots to come and train their pilots? I know they were hiring some from the UK, and I want to say an American Harrier pilot they caught.
I hadn't heard about it, but it wouldn't surprise me. We used to do that big time for the Saudis, and back in the 80s and 90s, up there in Wichita Falls.
Right.
Yeah, you train tons of them.
I understand if you're not in the military anymore, you're retired or whatever, and a company wants to hire you as a contractor or a country. I mean, but I guess from my perspective, and I've never served in the military, so this is just my opinion, just mine. I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody who served or whatever. It's not meant that way. But it seems to me that you've got enough common sense that you know that you're kind of doing something that's morally wrong, because this is possibly a hostile country to the country you protected and served for however many years. And no amount of money is going to justify that, I mean, what if the training, you gave one particular pilot over there, he happens to be the person that shoots down an airliner full of kids or something? I mean, there's ramifications to that shit, and money's not, you can't put a price tag on it, So that's just my opinion, I don't get it. And maybe it's just me.
Well, I would like. I'm sorry, T. Go ahead.
You're good. I'm done.
No, I was just say. Well, I was just going to say, you have to also think that the military now is not what it was even 10 years ago. Okay. 15 years ago, 20 years ago. It's not what it was back then. You don't know, I guess, I mean, the soldiers now, it's, if you're not complying with things that you might think are immoral or not right, or it doesn't sit well on your conscience, they're kicking you out.
Right.
But the things that are going on now weren't going on 15 years ago.
Right.
So I probably would have never been asked to do maybe what some soldiers, airmen are being asked to do in these times. Because I'd have been like, I'll take the Article 15. Just go and do whatever.
Right, but I'm saying these are people who are already not serving, from what I'm understanding. These are retired, or they're they've already finished the tour or whatever.
Okay, so they're not.
So right now,
out.
the private contractors looking after money. So it's more of like what you said earlier, T. It's kind of a morality thing,
right?
Or a patriot type thing. They're not stated enemies yet, but yeah, it's more of a
greed.
Greed. And do I love my country, or do I want some fast cash?
They want the money.
I just, I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, and I got to be with Palmetto on this, politics doesn't belong in the military. period.
No, it doesn't.
Absolutely not. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's there now.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah, it is.
absolutely.
I have preached and preached to young adults that if you do not know what path you want to take after high school, college is not for everybody. Join the military, go serve your country for a couple of years, get a perspective. You know, you're still young, but serve your country. I wouldn't suggest that to people these days, to young adults these days. That's sad.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it ever since, gosh, at least the Clinton era. I mean, the whole of the military has been a test bed for social experimentation. You know,
Absolutely.
you had don't ask, don't tell. You know, don't get monkeypox now. All sorts of weird stuff. You know, Bobby's got two moms, that sort of thing. You know, that they actually have an advertisement for on the Army website on their Instagram. Yeah, it's
Oh
great.
hell, I remember that.
Yeah.
Social experiments do not belong in the military.
No, I
Period.
mean, you
It's
know,
not the time for it.
even if you're going to have a standing army, which, should we have it or not? But
Well,
it's
now would
not
be
a
the time to attack.
it's not a place to do social experimentation. It's to
Yeah.
kill people and break stuff.
Let me tell y'all.
That's what an army's for.
But let me tell y'all something. When I got out of the military, I have never seen any other news station besides CNN. That's what they play in the mess hall. That's what they play in the doctor's office. I had never seen Fox News, y'all. And when I got out, I was asking somebody, why does the news always talk about the Democrats and they never say anything good about, the Republicans? I always considered myself conservative. And they looked at me like I was just batshit crazy. You've never seen Fox News? No, because that's not what they played on TV stations on base.
So basically, you were in the military of North Korea.
Basically, yes, because if if you're on post and you're in the doctor's office or whatever. Now, I've been out for a long time. Maybe Demon can correct me because he was in more recently than myself, but it was CNN 24/7. And that was what you watched. And y'all can call me dumb or whatever, but that's all I had been.
No. I mean, it makes sense, and that's just mental conditioning is all it was.
And when I started watching Fox News, I was like, yeah, they think how I think. Okay, yeah, I can watch this. And of course, this was early 2000s. So I was like, yeah, I can watch this. They have my perspective. So you don't think there's a certain type of brainwashing going on, but there is. It's just, anyway, I had to throw that out.
Just think about it. That was on a small scale. That's something small that you noticed.
Right.
Yeah, imagine what's happening now.
Oh yeah. You
didn't have all this woke ass bullshit. I can imagine, like you said, what is going on now. Where you're having to accept what maybe you deep down morally know is wrong.
Well, it's death by a thousand cuts, Palmetto. This has been something that's been going on for years, but it's been a slow brew. A little bit at a time, nipping away at the foundation, and they've gotten emboldened.
Well, basically, being younger, you would look at these men and women, and you're like, them crazy motherfuckers. But I'm one of them now.
Well, I mean, I think for most people, and at least in my case, I know I started waking up and smelling the Sanka in my late 20s. And then, like I said, when 9/11 happened, that pretty much woke me up. Yeah, I mean, everybody reaches that plateau. I mean, you're one of two things going to happen. You're either going to eventually mature and start seeing things for what they really are, which is most conservatives, I think. or you're going to stay, sniffing unicorn farts and chasing rainbows.
Yeah, doing a drag show.
There you go. Not wanting to offend nobody and having your safe space. So you're going to be one or the other. There's not really a middle of the road because things have become so derisive that there isn't no middle of the road anymore. It's you're either over here or you're over here. And they've made it that way.
Well, I'm just happy to say I'm on the side of the people who know what a woman is.
There you go. So what you're saying is you prefer the people who understand plumbing.
Absolutely.
I agree. If you can't figure out what the plumbing is or why it's there or whatever, then you sure as hell don't need to have no. You don't even making no serious decisions because you're not there.
I mean that kind of leaves Jay off my friends list, but I still like him. Okay.
Oh hell. Oh hell. She's talking trash to Jay. I'm waiting for a comeback in chat. So, well, I mean, we've been seeing this, like I said, it's been a slow boil for a while. And we just watched this stuff kind of happen slowly. And what's happened is it's kind of snuck up on us. Now it's snowballed. And, who's going to step in and right the ship? That's the question.
Absentee for president.
I'm cool with that, but I don't think they're not going to want somebody like me up in there. I'm telling you, if it was me and I got damn elected by some twisted, warped ass alternate reality bullshit, I'd roll up in there with 100 U.S. Marshals and a bunch of prison buses. And I'd go down wings of fucking Congress locking motherfuckers up.
I would hope you'd start cleaning house with the alphabet agencies.
Well, we'll get to them eventually. I just want to get all the corrupt ass politicians first. I mean, the alphabet agencies right up the street. We'll take care of them. We're done. I mean, once we take out the swamp and drain that son of a bitch, I can go over and weed and catch the alligators.
Absolutely. But like Vanguard said, yeah, it's not a presidential election year, but the Senate and the Congress, they control the country. This is an important election, an important election year.
Right. But you think about all those corrupt, vile ass career politician motherfuckers up in there that have been raping this country, taking money from our grandchildren's grandchildren, and power, because that's all they're about. They're a bunch of damn sociopaths in suits.
The only thing I don't like about this election, it is not every position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's only a select few positions because it alternates every 2 years, right? So,
right.
I wish it was all of them. I mean, if you're gonna hit them where it hurts, fucking wipe them all out. Election wise, you two.
Yeah, we're not saying anything about being violent or that shit. We're talking about doing our civic duty rather, and going to the polls. Can't read my lips. Do your civic duty. Go vote. That's what we're saying.
And if you don't go vote, don't bitch and complain.
Yep.
Shut the hell up.
That's it. If you can't take the time to get your ass up off the couch, put down the fucking Cheetos, and go spend 15 minutes in the booth, giving the finger to the man, then you need to just keep your ass parked right there and eat the rest of your Cheetos. And we don't want to hear nothing else from you for the next 4 years.
I love bugles.
Random.
Those caramel bugles.
Random comment here, but why is I like Hillbilly. Why is he not a member of Evolution Vanguard?
I think there's been some issues with the website. But you know what? I'll handle that directly.
Yeah, handle that directly.
Yeah. Hillbilly's been on here before.
I
Yeah,
know. I mean,
he
I've
has.
seen him. I don't know who he is, but I've seen him on the lives.
What's up, James?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's been on here.
We got to get Hillbilly and Cat in.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
The more the merrier. Let's get everybody on this bus. We got free drinks and good music.
Yeah.
Well, Hillbilly, I see you've been here for a long time. You need to get on the Evolution Vanguard bus, Bo.
That's
Yep,
it.
Joker. Me and Joker's been hanging out for a long time.
Luckily, I have connections with recruitment. Hit me up.
Good connections.
Night, Mom and D.
What's up, J&J? Y'all don't like my bush light?
Actually, Hillbilly, I've never had it, so
Man, you never had a bush light?
not on purpose. No, that sounds like it sounds like Milwaukee's best. You know, the Beast. It was the cheapest thing in high school.
No. It's I would call it 100 times better than Milwaukee's best. Woo. Good Lord. Yeah, you went on down the road right there with that one. Ugh. I got a headache just from hearing it.
I've
Oh,
never been able to. I mean, I can do it, but I've never had a taste for beer of any kind. I can do liquor, but just not beer.
Bourbon.
I've had bourbon. I think I would. I think I'd take whiskey over bourbon,
Whiskey's good.
and it's something I definitely have to imbibe in small quantities of. So, but yeah, if I was going to do anything, it'd probably be the harder stuff. That's just me.
I'm gonna have to concur with absentee.
Nick's a rat.
Mama D, you got to try Yingling or something.
Man. No, I'm just gonna stick with the whiskey and the bourbon.
Well, yeah, anytime's a good time for whiskey.
Go get you a bottle of Blanton's and be done with it.
Blanton's.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Vote your wallet. That's another good thing to do.
Okay, look, Vanguard. Hillbilly said, drop the link.
Oh. Come on here. Yeah.
My problem with voting with your wallet, and don't get me wrong, Freedom, I agree with you 100%. But like, take for instance, when I go to buy tools, right? I go up in a Home Depot. I'll sit there and try to find American-made tools where I'm doing, whether it's levels, screwdrivers, whatever, just because. Alrighty then. Just because I'm trying to support, American-made goods, and it's like pulling teeth to try and find American-made equipment. It really is, because everything's been outsourced. So I've had to kind of change my tactic. I just won't buy anything made in China if I can help it. I don't care if it's made in Vietnam, Indonesia, wherever, as long as it's not made in China, because it's damn near impossible to find anything that's worth a damn that's made here now. It's very hard.
Yeah, but at least you're making the effort.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Most people want instant gratification.
one of those people. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I like to go in by the.
No, you're not. I wouldn't be looking for things that aren't made in China.
Well, I'm saying I understand the draw of instant gratification. I would be right there, but I can't do that because when I walk up in the place, the first thing I'm doing is looking at the back of them. Where's the manufacturer? because it's that important to me. There was a time when it wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have thought, twice about it. But now, I mean, I spent 20 minutes the other day trying to find a level the size I wanted that was made here. I ended up having to go with one made in Vietnam because that was my option for what I wanted and the quality I wanted. But at least it wasn't something made out of Chinesium and helping the Communist Party. So
Right. I want to know why
Vietnamesium.
there's 10 people.
Wait a minute. I can't hear. What the hell?
What the hell?
There's 10 people
Wait a
watching.
minute.
Only 8 likes.
30%. All right. Give me a second. I'll be there
thumbs
shortly.
up, everybody. Hit that like button.
Hit the like button.
Log into your 3 different accounts and hit that damn like button. Have your kids log on and like it. Have your wife log on and like it. Have your girlfriend log on and like it. Hit
All right,
that.
I'm with Moose on this one. Miller Lite's good stuff. If I had to drink beer, that'd be the choice.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Hillbilly's having some technical difficulties.
I've been having lag issues all day here at the house. Finally had to reboot the router and everything else to get everything kind of.
You got to get on that Obama network.
What the hell's going on? Shit. I can't hear you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's muted, dude. Something.
Son of a.
Hey, quit talking. You might hear.
Well, shit. Gonna have to change my settings, I guess.
Quick, y'all quit talking about it before he gets it fixed.
Type the oh button.
He'll get it straightened out here in a minute.
He'll be back.
He gone.
All right.
Thank you, Live Freedom, for hitting that thumbs up when you came in.
Yep. Yep.
Ooh, Jack and Coke. That's an old favorite. I got to go to work tomorrow. Y'all tempted me.
If you put it in your Yeti, nobody will know, man.
Well, you seen the new Mountain Dew sleeves, right?
Yeah.
Never know.
All right. Hey, Sax man.
I love it. I love it.
Did you
Straight-
get that? You get that from Buc-ee's?
You know I did.
Yeah, I got the same one in the house.
That's it. I broke my last one, dropped it off a damn fence post, bent it all up.
The hell with Yeti. That's where it's at right there.
Yep.
All right, Hillbilly, you got us.
I can hear you now.
All right.
Hot damn.
Fuck. Those damn headphones suck. I ain't gonna lie, they're China made.
Uh-oh. You could have said Taiwan or Indonesia.
Real
I
China.
know,
or
right?
China?
Well, they're Sony's. Yeah, they're China made. Anyway, yeah, man. I just wanted to come up and the website, for some reason I cannot get in there. It's absolutely not letting me in the website. And I really don't know how many other people are the same way. I mean, because I've been hanging with you guys for a while. The wife says that I have no filter. That might be true, but love you guys. So
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm on the website right now. Let's see. I'm looking at the members list. Y'all can carry on. I'm fumbling around through here.
Not a problem.
okay, so the one reason I was bringing up the Russians China and North Korea, all three going off at like, I mean, they're like flexing their muscles, and it's like, well, our military is way below grade right now, way below grade. Recruitment levels are insane if anybody actually goes and researches it. So my question is there like and just think, I'm a rabbit hole dweller, so I'm all about the what ifs and all that shit. They see that we're weak already. I mean, it's public knowledge. There's no way that anybody can not know the fact that our recruitment rate is just insane. Nobody is patriotic and has that mindset of, Jesus Christ, there are so many countries that hate us, and it makes me wonder why. Why is our recruitment rate so fucking low? There has to be a reason. And I have my own opinion, but I would really love to hear everybody else's.
Maybe a 20-year war that they gave up on, or the wokeness that's happening now.
The wokeness.
Or
The wokeness.
yeah, I mean, shit, why would you? I mean, yes, we would, but I mean,
I've got an article pulled up right now. The U.S. military faces biggest recruiting hurdles in 50 years. And the Army has missed its recruiting goal for 2022 by 25%.
Oh my God, it's gone up. It's gone up since I looked at it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
but don't think the rest of the world isn't looking at our midterms and our presidential election, in a couple of years as well. It's a lot of money going to that little proxy war over in Ukraine is getting funded by y'all's president.
He ain't my damn president. I didn't vote for that stumbling fucktard.
I damn sure didn't.
The military is struggling, and at a time when it doesn't need to be struggling.
And has anybody seen anything about a Russian submarine being in the Gulf? Anybody?
No, I haven't heard that.
Okay. I don't think it's a nuclear sub, but yeah, I saw something where there's a nuclear sub in the Gulf. But I mean, again, if you really want to go back to the predictions that are coming true, right, and we're all seeing it, and I know that a lot of people are starting to get hit because of talking about this. Just tell me now, and I will hush.
Say what you gotta say. Just
okay. Well, in all honesty, everything that's going on right now is right there in the Bible. Every bit of it.
Oh, absolutely. I wake up every day and just peep my head outside and see which chapter of Revelations we're playing out for the day.
Exactly. So, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not Bible thumping. I'm not one of these holier than thou's. I am a sinner, and everybody here in this in the well, I don't think Palmetto does, even though she's from my home state. They know that I'm a sinner. I sin every day.
Every day.
And exactly. I'm not perfect, but by God, I know my Lord and Savior. And if the times ain't saying it for you, I don't know.
Well,
I know.
I just got to say something. Moose, you did know we had a website, Bo. I recruited you. You had all the details. Wake up, look alive.
And you are a member.
And you are a member.
But anyway,
Okay, wait a minute. So it sounds like, wait a minute. It sounds like Palmetto can really help me out here. So,
I sent you something.
oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're a member. You're a member on there, so you should get an email on your private email.
All right.
So a little bit of instruction for everybody that's on the website that may not know how it works a little bit. So once you get on the website and you go on the actual web page, if you'll scroll all the way to the bottom, there's an application portion on there. You fill that out, and then that'll put you to our recruiting department.
Okay.
And somebody that you already know that has connections with that will contact you directly, very, very speedily.
Okay.
Like as soon as you fill that out, I get notifications. We also have an app, and it is available on either platform: iPhone, Obama phone, whatever, Androids, Pi phone, whatever phone you can put an app on, that's on there. 69XX Fun, you're not allowed.
Yeah. Somebody boot that motherfucker real quick, lock. I mean, that's just nasty.
I got them.
See ya.
Well,
Oh, dear
when you
Lord.
start getting people on here like that, it means we're doing something right.
Exactly. And see, on my channel, I really love to trigger those motherfuckers, but I hadn't been able to yet. But I'm about to. I'm doing some research on gain of function research and why the fuck is it happening in Boston? Yeah, I'm about to hit these motherfuckers. Oh, sorry. Oh, there's that motherfucker again. What the fuck?
I got them. They blocked. So the scroll that's going on now, I just updated everybody. It's got the actual link on there. It's fixed. And I keep posting it in the chat. So that's a clickable link. You can click it, go, do what you need to do. But yeah, like I said, we do have an app. It's a really nice laid out app. A lot of work went into it. It's all user friendly. There's chat groups on there. You can go on there, chat, post pictures. It is private. It is protected. Nobody can join any chat room unless authorized by myself personally. We do have one or two other admins, and that's it. So you are safe on there.
Wixsite is that what you're talking about? Wixsite.
Wix app, yes, that's it.
App.
Okay.
And it's a good. Both of them are good. The website's good, and the app's great.
Can you?
We don't
Hey, Vanguard. Can you send me that? Can you email me that site so that I can get there without having to fuck up and because y'all know I'm fucking technology inept.
Yeah, I'll shoot it to you
All right, thanks, bud.
right now.
Palmetto? I want to hear more of Palmetto because she's like me. I'm serious. She's like me. She says it how it is, and there is no filter, and that's just who I am. There's no filter. I feel it's black or white.
Be careful what you wish for.
Hey, I don't give two shits.
Uh, hmm.
Oh man, you got a playmate.
Yeah, hey, I don't care that about. Yeah, you threw me for a loop there, bud. Shit.
Well, if you don't want to know the truth, please don't ask me.
Yeah, she's gonna tell you how it is. So you need to understand.
Bullshit. She's sensitive to feelings.
Oh my God, no, she's not.
Oh, what? Oh,
Hey, Miss Thing. I know Miss Thing. She's cool.
well, that's a new addition to the view there.
Yeah,
Well, hit the like button, thing.
exactly. Smack that fucking thumbs up.
That's it. The more the merrier. We'll take it. We will take it.
Shit. I'm not seeing any questions in the chat.
Well,
I've already talked about my thing.
well, I'm gonna kind of hinge on what you're saying about all this military muscle being flexed in the United States.
Yes.
It's a couple different things. First, I think nobody respects the United States anymore because we've always been the world police force. You know, whenever somebody gets into some shit they can't handle, they want the United States to come bail them out. The whole time they're giving us the finger while we're doing it and bitching once we leave. And wanting us to, use our grandkids' money to fix their country where somebody stomped a mud hole in their ass. That
Yeah.
being said, they have no reason not to flex their muscles. And if you look at the person we've got at the helm, or at least propped up at the helm, like Weekend at Bernie's, they're not concerned with him. The only thing he's concerned with is girls' underoos and
Ice cream.
ice cream. That's it. Okay. So that being said, if I was a foreign power that did not like the United States, why would I worry? And it could be too that this is all basically just these other foreign entities are just flexing their muscles simply to be doing that to stay relevant, and they're waiting to see what happens in this election because I guarantee you they're all watching. Maybe not North Korea so much. I don't know how good their TV is for their internet, but definitely Russia.
Have one satellite out there.
I don't think Elon's going to use a Skylink.
Right.
So the Chinese and the Russians, I'm sure, are watching. They're very interested because they know that. Okay, think about this from Vladimir Putin's point of view. If he's sitting back there and he's watching what's going on here in the country, who's about to get elected, he knows that if the Republicans win the House or whatever and they shut down the money going to Ukraine, what does that mean for him?
That means a
Once
win.
the
Okay.
comes up, once that
Okay, so I've got another little tunnel for you there, absentee.
all right.
Both China and Russia are calling for the UN to investigate biochemical warfare on the U.S. in Ukraine.
So they're saying that we used biochemical weapons in the Ukraine, or we're developing them in the Ukraine. I'm not clear.
Developing.
Hey, if I remember correctly, there was labs in the Ukraine that were biochemical labs,
Yes.
just like Wuhan. So, but here's the thing. So it's okay for Wuhan to create some shit, and, all that break loose. But
Now we go down another tunnel.
well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying
Who's behind the Wuhan?
Well, see, I'm not going to say anything to who's behind it. Everybody here can answer that question because I do not want to get us dinged. So I'm going to stop it right there.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Vanguard knows exactly what I'm saying.
Yep. Yeah, I do too. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to be. No. It was a legitimate question, but everybody do your research, come to your own conclusion. You already know how.
Baker.
So we'll just leave it right there.
Hey, I'm sorry. I go when I go down rabbit holes, I go through every tunnel. I
No,
really
you're-
do.
You're fine, brother. Just don't eat any bats.
That being
I'm
said,
sorry, guys.
You're fine.
Oh.
You're fine. But going back to Russia and flexing their muscles, I mean, think about it. If he knows the money is going to shut down going to Ukraine, then that means the bulk of the support for the whole Ukrainian resistance and that whole jacked up regime kind of out the window.
Okay, I've got a question for you.
All right.
All right. Why the hell did he send his shittiest shit to take over another country that he knew a superpower had a hand in?
Well, I think it could be a couple different things. Since I'm not part of the Russian military, I don't have that answer, but I can.
Right.
Anyway, I would say either his advisors sucked and underestimated the resistance they were going to encounter, or he underestimated. It was a military miscalculation on either front. And you got to remember, the Ukraine are Russians, all right? They know the same tactics the Russians use. So they're going to use the same shit. They know what, they all have the same training.
Right. Yeah,
Like
they do.
Two Green Berets in a room tell them to kill each other, they're going to use the same fucking tactics because that's what they know. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
I think what happened, for whatever reason, whether it was Putin or his advisors, they felt that they could take, these third string reserves and send them up in there and just overwhelm Kiev before they had a chance to get any kind of, defense. Now, think back early on to this whole conflict in Ukraine. Think about all the propaganda you saw. Okay. Think about the ghost of Kiev.
Yeah.
Remember that? Does anybody remember Kiev? Which turned out to not, I don't even think it turned out to be true. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I had heard something that was.
It was wrong. It was false.
And then think about how you had the one model that was, I want to say Ukrainian model or something, that was posing like she was there on the front line and all this stuff. And it turned out she wasn't. And they had her set up somewhere else. Yeah, Moose, Snake Island, that's another good example. I mean, there's a lot of things that took place early on this conflict, and you can kind of see it was being spun. If you take time to pay attention, and to me, this, like everyone's saying, this is a proxy war we shouldn't be involved in to begin with. And
exactly,
I think that Putin knows if he can just bide his time now that he's got egg on his face, because he's pissed. I mean,
which exactly everything you're saying, I agree with. Which actually brings me to a whole nother point. Okay, you've got China over in Taiwan, and we've got Navy over there now, trying to keep that at bay. And now we got North Korea flexing their muscles.
Well, but North Korea is okay. North Korea to me is like when you used to watch Little Rascals and you had Butch, who was the asshole, and you had a little sidekick. The sidekick's North Korea. All right? And now everybody's saying, damn, you're old. All right, that's fine. But I think North Korea, yes, they've got some military power and this, that, and other, but they're not. I'm not saying they're not dangerous, but they don't have the wherewithal to be anything other than an ancillary force.
They're dangerous to South Korea, and that's about it.
Right. They're a danger to South Korea, and that's about it.
And
Right?
Japan.
Yeah,
And Japan.
Right. They're a danger to anybody that their fishing boats can get them to.
Where do most of our technologies come from?
They come from
Taiwan.
Southeast Asia.
Real China.
Taiwan, South Korea,
Sure.
and Japan.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
Another
the
thing.
Philippines.
They realize that like Miss Palmetto said, we've become woke as a country. We are weak. We are pansies.
Yeah.
We want to be something we're not. Okay? And they see this weakness, so they flex their muscles here, there, and everywhere, whatever they want to do.
Right. But also remember, too, from a tactical standpoint, while, yeah, China could roll into Taiwan and take it, the only way Taiwan is useful to China is if they keep the infrastructure. If you go in there and you do the shock and awe thing, which is what they would have to do, because the Taiwanese are not going to sit there and roll over and take it. And the U.S., while I'm not really sure how the U.S. would respond because of who's at the helm.
Well, I mean, we've got Ronald Reagan out there.
Yeah, I got that, but they're going to follow orders, dude.
Well,
And if that dipshit and Joint Chiefs doesn't give them the okay, or the president don't give them the okay, and wants them to all sit there and lick their nuts instead of, protect Taiwan, what do you think's going to happen?
and okay, when do we typically end up in wars? I'm taking it down another.
We typically don't end up in the wars unless either A, there's some opportunists that have got investments will make some money.
Bush is in
There's
office.
something they're trying to protect that they're making money from.
Right.
I mean, I'm just being blunt. Now, I'm not saying that's how it was during World War II or Korea or anything like that, but I'm sorry, there's just a lot of red flags in these different conflicts we've been involved in the past 20 years.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%.
And I'm not throwing shade on anybody who served in any of those theaters or anything else. My hat's off to them for serving.
Never will, because, in all honesty, my father-in-law died because of Vietnam.
Sorry for your loss, but I thank you for his service.
Absolutely.
My whole issue is that we've had people go over there doing the patriotic thing, serving their country, and they lost their lives. And I believe they lost their lives for
Greater good.
Well,
under
the guise of greater good.
And
what
in
was the
their
outcome?
minds, the greater good.
Right, but I'm saying in actuality,
Yeah, they were told
like
to do what they had to do.
we're there doing something that when you get down and dirty about it, there's some questions. And again, I'm not throwing shade at anybody who served any of these theaters, did this. I mean, I have the utmost respect. It's just looking back now at what I've seen and how this government has been run and what it's doing now.
Government shit.
Well, I mean, but I'm very circumspect of anything we get involved in, any so-called conflict. I just don't trust them, because
Hell no.
back in the day when you served in the government, you were there. It was ultimately, you were picked by your peers, and you served, and you were It was an inconvenience to you, but you served your term and you packed your shit up and went home at the end of your term. These
Exactly.
sociopath motherfuckers, they stay up there for life and make money off our backs for the entire time they're there and run us into the damn ground.
I agree.
And it's become so perverse and warped. You know, I don't know how you fix it. Well, I mean, I got some ideas how you fix it, but I can't
Well,
say them.
Well, I've got one way to fix it. Constitution of the United States, Article 5. That's how you fix it.
But you got to
That's how
have
you
somebody with
fix
the balls to enforce it. I'm not saying there aren't quite things in place that would take care of it. I'm saying you got to have somebody that's got the gumption. And you got to have the people that are willing to do what needs to be done. And I just don't know if that's going to. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm just being a realist.
I got you.
I hate to say that, but I just. Palmetto, have you got like is somebody like jamming you where you're at or something, bouncing you off here? Is Big Brother down the street in a Yukon with a big dish, and you're sitting there saying, I'm going to fix her.
I really want to hear some of the stuff that she's got to say about what I said, because honestly, I think she's just like me. I think she's got an insight like what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that and this is just my own opinion, I think that the United States is about to be attacked and we don't have a clue that it's coming because we're sending our shit everywhere else.
Well, you may be onto something, but I'm okay. Let me put it to you this way. And again, this is me with my tinfoil hat on. You just can't see it because it's camo. If we're attacked before the election, I'm going to say that there was collaboration on our side if it happens.
I don't think it'll come before. I think it'll come after.
Maybe, but if it happens before this election, it's because of collaboration. If it happens after this election, then
I'm struggling, y'all.
what's wrong?
She's back.
Okay.
It's one or the other. If it happens after the election, then it's just people, I guess, are finally going to, give the finger to the U.S. I don't know. I don't, I'm a true believer. Well, even after the election, if it happens, I can believe there's collaboration. It's somewhere there's collaboration. It's not like our leaders have done their job to ensure the safety of the people they serve. Have they done anything to fix the infrastructure? Fuck no. Have they done anything to fix the
No, sir. Look at the border.
Yes.
Yeah,
Look at the border.
They can pack it. They can get school buses right across that bitch in places.
You don't know who's coming across that border.
That's what I'm saying. And you want to go after the damn border agents who are trying to do their job.
I'm just saying now, our nation is the weakest it's ever been.
Right.
That's where I was going. You've got the biggest superpower in the world, so vulnerable right now. I mean, I'm ready. If Putin was to call me, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, right there he is. There you go. Drop.
And then come take us motherfuckers on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly what I say about January 6th.
That's a bunch of fucking hogwash.
I've got into so many debates. January 6th was not an insurrection. But you don't think if some hillbilly, patriot, redneck, Republican, conservative, you don't think if they wanted to go do some damage, they could do some damage?
I'd find Nancy.
Exactly. I'd have drug her out by her wig.
Right?
She better be glad all that happened to her was somebody put their feet up on her desk.
I like. See, that's what I'm saying. I like her. She's just like me. Holy shit. That might be a bad thing, though.
I mean, I'm just speaking the truth. Don't think if you come on. I mean, if they wanted to do some shit, they could have done some shit.
You
I-
damn right.
Shit.
I personally believe that the conservative part of the country, I mean, everybody says we're radical and extremist, and they ain't seen extreme.
Do you think, in all honesty, that a true patriot's going to go in there unmasked? And I'm talking about ready for tear gas, what the hell ever.
I'm talking locked and loaded.
Exactly. There
was
wasn't a firearm there.
Exactly. There may have been a firearm there, but I don't think in the Capitol. I mean, that
Well, there was, but it was on the opposite side.
just ridiculous. And you know, the motherfuckers, I still ain't forgot about Ashley Babbitt.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Opposite side.
If you are on the opposite side, anything goes. If you're on
Yeah.
the conservative side, bullseye on your back.
Oh, see? I like you.
If you, and I'm just calling it what it is. If you are black in this country, whether you're, you know, my growing up, my family, my mom and daddy always said there's good white people, there's bad white people, there's good black people, there's bad black people. But if
Yes.
you are black in this country, anything goes. Doesn't fucking matter. Look at Daryl Brooks, who went through that Christmas parade in Wisconsin.
Oh,
Come on.
Special place in hell for him.
What?
I'm amazed he's still alive.
What judicial system allowed him the antics that he did throughout his trial? What in the world? I mean, somebody just put a bullet through between his eyes, and let's call it a day. Like
It only costs $1.
like if absentee was elected president, put me in charge of the penal system.
The
Yeah.
what system?
Yeah.
I
Put
would
you in charge of DOJ.
I would have needle and the IV bag ready to go. Oh, y'all are out
Oh,
of
no. Hell no. Why? Why do you want to give them an easy way out?
that is the easy way. But you know, when they were talking about there was a shortage of drugs to lethally inject these people that's been on death row and sucking
Yeah.
up tax dollars.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make some homemade brew.
No.
Hell no.
Bullets are
Why?
cheaper. Bullets
Well,
are
in
It
South-
only costs $1. Just one bullet to the brain.
you know,
That's it.
In South Carolina, you have, you know, you can have the firing squad now.
Hey,
Everybody-
Palmetto, I want to
I'm-
tell you something. I want to tell you something real quick because you brought up South Carolina. I was at Lizard's Thicket the night that Pee Wee Gaskins was executed.
Now Pee Wee was a sick little fucker.
That was a sick motherfucker. You
And if
damn
y'all-
right.
Gaskins is, look him up, because I am not too far from the neck, Bo. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know
I know.
he's a little close for that's some deliverance back there they got going on.
All right, Vanguard, you ready to close things out, brother?
Y'all having a good time, man?
Hey, I like it. But it's up to y'all, man.
Yeah, we asked for time out here in just a minute, but being you're the last guest to come in, Hillbilly. You want to leave them with some knowledge?
And do I?
There's fucking
Oh, see, now you're putting me on the spot there, bro.
people watching, and the 5 of us are right here. Who we dropping knowledge to?
Oh shit! Are
No,
you serious? Oh,
news-
you are serious.
news
So
for
I'm
you.
just okay.
No. Palmetto.
Well-
When you're in here, it doesn't count you as a viewer.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay. So here's my knowledge. No matter what anybody says to you, you always keep your chest up. And you always keep your hand on your pistol, no matter what. That's my knowledge.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Let's see.
Who's next?
Right there.
Palmetto, you're up.
Okay, just November 8th, go vote. Make your voice heard. I mean, I don't know if the shit will get counted right because I guess I'm one of them election deniers, but whatever. Yeah, other than that, that's all I have, sir.
All righty.
Sax man.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
All right, here we go. Yeah, go vote. Just go do it. Let's see. Gosh, I got kind of lost in that the last 10 minutes there.
Shut up, Sax. Moving
Do
on.
what?
Moving on.
Well,
Go to-
sorry, I was listening about Pig Holler and something, or Slaughter Holler, or yeah, just go vote. Don't give up hope. Hopefully, we can turn a tide here. That's what we want. That's what I got.
All righty. Well, I guess it's my turn. To hinge off what Saxman said, if you hadn't voted, please do that. Please vote. Get out there, and I know it sucks sometimes. I know, depending on, some people just don't like to vote. They don't like jury duty, whatever. Suck it up and do it. This is important. And like Moose said in chat, if you got 10 people, get 10 people, go we, all of you vote. Make it a group effort. Because despite what people may say, I'm a firm believer that your vote does count. I know people will lead you to believe it does not, but I disagree with that. I believe it's one of the few still functioning forms that we can actually impact our electorate and have some kind of voice and hold people accountable. That being said, keep your head on a swivel, pay attention to what's going on nationally, locally, internationally, because you just never know in this day and these uncertain times what could happen, and don't be caught asleep at the wheel. With that, thanks for being here. That's all I got.
All right, perfect. Thank all of y'all for coming on. We had a pretty full house. I like it. We're gonna try to keep Thursdays like that. Any of y'all that wants to come in the chat, come on. I got your VPN blocked for you. You'll be safe. Like I said, once again, I updated the website. If you're not on there, get on there. If you ain't on there, you're not cool. Just saying. I'm playing. But no, get on there. I'll get a notification. You'll get added to some groups. A lot of people ask about the recruitment thing. What is that about? In order to get in certain channels, you have to be vetted, okay? Because we have to keep everybody safe, and that's the process on that. So there are common groups that everybody gets to go in, but everybody else that wants to go further, they'll need to fill that out. You can't miss it. It's on the app, all the way at the bottom, yellow writing. Check it out. Also, I made it a little easier. When you get on the website, it'll automatically pop a tab up at the top. After you've signed up, it'll prompt you to download the app. Other than that, that's all I got. Thank y'all for coming out. Make sure you go and vote. Tuesday, we may be here, may not, because I'm definitely going to vote that Tuesday. And I want to make sure I get that done, so I don't know what time I'll be home afterward. I don't know what time it shuts down. I'll find out. I'll keep everybody posted. But I plan on doing it live. All right. And then that Thursday, I plan on doing a live about the victory that's coming our way. Oh, yeah. But anyway, y'all go vote. take care. Thank y'all for coming out. Make sure you hit that like on the way out. See you guys.